Hi, my name is Joanne. Welcome to the Evolve in Attempt podcast. In today's episode, we are privileged to have had a conversation with a celebrated creative in the Uganda's creative scene. If you've used Twitter long enough, then this is someone you've seen around and his work. John Ivan, or Ignited Ivan, is a digital marketing maestro from Uganda with a flair for the unconventional. He's the founder of Mindspark, a disruptive digital marketing and production agency sculpting narratives where every click tells a story. When not strategizing on the latest in the consumer tech or orchestrating marketing marvels, you'll find him creating ripples in the water or immersed in a sci-fi movie. He's a digital marketing pro, a visionary, an entrepreneur, and a storyteller at heart. So we sat down and had this worthwhile conversation that if you are a creative trying to thrive or establish yourself in Uganda, this episode will be terrific for you. He shared a lot of insights, knowledge, tips on how to stand out, and a lot more information that I would not want to hold you back here. So let's just get right into it. Hi, Ivan.
Hi,
How are you?
I am 90% fine,
What about the
but I'm
10?
but I'm working on it. You know, happiness is always a work in progress,
Huh?
so
Okay.
I'm still working on it.
Okay. So I appreciate you making the time to do this episode with me. I don't take it for granted. Yeah.
I also
So,
appreciate the invite.
thank you. Thank you. So I already did my intros and people may think I'm actually lying. So please, do you feel comfortable telling us about yourself?
Yeah. So my name is John Ivan Chiseka, though most people know me as the Ignited Ivan. I'm a content creator, a marketing practitioner, but with a keen interest in digital marketing.
Okay.
I'm also an award-winning content creator. I have won a couple of awards for both myself and then the client side of the clients I create content for. They usually win some awards for that. So yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm curious. How did you come up with the name Ignited?
There is a backstory to that. I used to be just Ivan,
Okay.
but there was a turning point in my life when that Ivan caught fire. Like he became ignited.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, after that turning point in my life where stuff wasn't going so well for me and in my family, but there was a turning point where uh, it started working out. Like I could finally see my purpose, and I
Mm-hmm.
started chasing it. So I became the ignited Ivan, not the other Ivan that the people who started with know. So yeah.
Oh. Sounds interesting. Now, I am gonna go straight to the part why we're here. Tell me about your creative journey. How long have you been in the creative industry?
I've been in the creative industry for I think from 2012, when I
Okay.
was able to access a computer. That's when I kind of started to be so much in the industry. But I had interest in the creative industry from, I think I used to stay with my uncle who had a Kodak camera. And
Okay.
I used to see him take these photos. He would give me, and I take some. So that's when I picked interest. But entering the industry was 2012 when I could access a computer.
Okay, so what happened? You accessed the computer and then what
So
was the first?
my first interest was in, of course, joining the socials and stuff. But my first interest was in music production. There
Okay.
was this software called Flute Loops, and I I could see, I saw someone once in 2009 making a reggaeton beat using that
Mm,
software. So the when I accessed the computer, it was for my uncle.
mm,
It was the first software I installed, and then I started practicing how to make beats. A few months down the road, I was learning off YouTube. a few months down the road, I was just selling beats to the local artists on my home area. Yeah.
Okay. Now since most people know you as the Ignited Ivan, I mean that's how I also got to know you. Tell me when did you decide to go big on Twitter? Because I think how many followers do you have on Twitter again?
I have, I think 155 something, 155 point something.
Oh, 155,000 followers.
Yes, yes, yes.
When did you decide to go big on Twitter?
I think that was 2018. Yeah,
Okay.
so I was on, I created my first Twitter account in 2011, but
Mm,
I wasn't able to use it because that time Facebook was the thing. I used to
mm,
join every new platform just to see
mm,
how it works. So I failed to use it because I felt like I was tweeting for myself.
mm.
So I first let Twitter be, and I continued Facebook. 2018, when I joined an ad agency, that's when I decided, let me just pick up Twitter, and I start tweeting consistently.
Okay. Now I'm curious, did you actually acquire a degree or any kind of education in regards to this part of what you're doing, the whole creative industry?
I acquired a degree, but not in any creative thing that I'm doing.
Okay.
Uh, I did a BCom and got a degree from MOBS,
What's BCom again? Sorry.
a Bachelor of Commerce.
Ah, okay. All right.
Yes.
So from 2018, how has your whole creative journey evolved? I mean, you've won awards for clients. What has it been like for you?
Um, I think I've grown as a creator from 2018. Firstly, I gave up production for the beats. It wasn't paying enough, and I didn't have all the expensive equipment to make sure that my production is at par with the industry standards. So I gave up on that. Then I started doing videos. First, I wasn't appearing in the videos. I would
Mm,
just do there used to be Hitler videos, and I would dub them. Just put some comical copy that would
yeah,
just resonate with the people, and people loved that.
yeah.
Then I started writing for creators, and then I
Mm,
started writing for myself and acting those videos myself. So
cool.
from
So
the background and then to the front of the camera.
cool. So you can write.
Yes, I do. I was the president writers group in my secondary. So I've been writing for quite a long time.
Nice, nice. I feel like we left out that part, guys. What can you tell us? What hands? Like first thing you wake up in the morning, what are you capable of doing? Writing. What else?
uh, right now, when I wake up right now,
Yes, yes. The things that you're able to pull off in your creative space. For the
so I can sing.
oh, oh,
Yeah, I really I recorded a song, but I did not release it. Up to now, I still have it.
we should release it
Um,
at the end of the episode.
so I can sing, I can write. That's
Okay.
for especially rap and tech. So I'm a tech reviewer. I have a website that I used to write for. It's called Dignited, D and
Mm,
Ignited, Dignited. It's
okay.
a top website regarding tech in Uganda and East Africa. So
Mm,
I used to review the devices. So I can write tech because I'm very interested in tech.
okay.
Um, I can make beats. I can still make beats. I can edit and record videos.
Okay.
I can write scripts for ads. I
Cool.
can I can do a digital strategy off head. You just tell me what your business problem is. So
Mm,
I like to be diverse because the world we live in right now, you can't be putting your eggs in one basket. So I tried to throw
true.
everything at the wall to see what sticks. A couple of things stuck. So yeah.
Mm, interesting. Now, I'm wondering now. You said you didn't actually go to school to do something related to what the creative space is about. How do you learn these things?
I think the only reason anyone would go to school for a creative thing is if your employer wants an academic document for let's say if you're a musician and they want an academic document before you step on stage, because most of the things there's an abundance of knowledge.
Mm,
um YouTube, and the things are free, like the knowledge is free. If you're
mm,
interested in something, you can just pick up your computer, go to YouTube, go to Udemy, go to
mm,
whatever. The knowledge is there. If you're
mm.
willing to learn it and you have the time to, you can just learn. So just that's what I did. Everything that I did, I learned for free.
Good. Wow.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to advance now, because now there are some advanced levels where you have to pay for like a master's or something like that.
Mm,
So that's now the space I'm getting into. But
mm.
the everything that I've been doing, I learned for free.
Interesting. Hmm. Now, looking from 2018 to today, those are like 5 years now, right? Of you
Yeah.
doing the whole
Um, yeah, that's
creation and
fine. That's when I went like mainstream,
mm,
not in the background and whatever, just doing it a bit professionally, I would say.
okay. So, what unique opportunities have so far sprouted 5 years into it? I mean, there must be huge, huge things you're taking home.
Yeah, it's been interesting
Mm,
doing what I love, and I've been able to expand my networks and being in touch with many decision makers in the country, like
mm,
having the guy, let's say the head of marketing at Stanbic Bank on your
mm,
speed dial, like you just call him up and
mm,
he knows this is the guy. You understand? So that
yeah.
is that creates a couple of opportunities, because you're also able to tap into the networks of that person. They can recommend you here and there.
Sure.
I've also made other creators, friends. I have friends in photography. I have friends in movie industries. I have
Mm,
friends in music. So I've made many creator friends and influencers. I've
mm,
also worked on very many exciting projects
mm,
for very huge brands in the country, and
okay.
also working with people that I grew up looking up to. Like, I want to be like that guy, but now we are working together on certain projects. So
Mm.
really, it's been exciting.
That must be really rewarding. Offhead, tell me, give me five. I want you to show off. Please brag. Give me five big projects you've been part of and you're proud to say, I did that.
So I was the person who orchestrated the launch of the Bond 7 Honey
Okay.
onto the Ugandan market.
Oh,
I also was the creative behind Splash Kachupa.
okay.
Yeah, I also was the creative behind the award-winning ad, the most humorous ad of 2022. That was I did it with Uncle Mo. It was for the Get It Done campaign for Stanbic Bank, and
Okay.
it won against ads from DSTV, MTN, and lots of others. So that was a big win for me, being a part of something that is going against the big boys in the industry.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So of it, that's it. But there are so many things that
I saw you
exciting things that I've been part of.
part of the Stanbic. It can be something like that.
Yes, it can be. I've been able to work with NSSF.
Mm,
They call you up as a content creator to
mm.
work for that. So many big brands.
You must be really proud of yourself, huh?
Yes, I would be mad at myself if I'm not.
How have you managed to stand out? I mean, it's a congested space, I must say. How do you stand out to come out with these brilliant ideas to that even win awards?
So, first of all, it's you offer something unique, but it is still relatable.
Mm,
If people are able to relate to what you're creating,
mm,
then it makes more sense for them. So
mm.
there's a lot of content that is being created, but you find that most of it is not relatable. It's not something that I won't find it interesting something if it's not.
Mm,
relatable. So as long as the content is relatable, as long as your art piece is relatable, your
mm,
graphics are relatable, they speak out the message, you're going to be able to stand out. But then also,
mm,
don't be a one hit wonder. You create one good thing and then you go off the grid. So the
mm,
consistency helps you to stand out because then you're building top of mind awareness for your
mm,
personal brand. They know that guy does this. Because if you
mm.
ask around my name, they know what I do because I've been consistent for the 5 years that I've been creating content.
True, true. Now, I'm curious, where do you get your inspiration from?
I get the inspiration from a lot of things. First of all, I consume a lot of content
Oh,
from not just from the region, but
mm,
from also the people who are creating content locally.
mm,
So I'm able to see what they're doing. More is I also keep my head on the ground so that I can know what the people are thinking about. So when
mm,
I know what you're thinking about, I can be able to create something that speaks to you.
mm,
So I get inspiration from other creators,
mm,
local and globally, but then also just looking at the environment, what is the mood of the moment. Like let's say we're going for Christmas, then I
mm,
can know that so the content that I'm going to do should speak to what people are doing uh, during this period of the year.
mm.
So that can inspire me to create something.
Okay, interesting. Let's talk about social media. How
Okay.
do you and creatives can clearly position themselves to communicate or work on their journey as creatives?
So you need to understand first of all the platform,
Okay.
the different platforms. You understand TikTok, you know how it works. You understand Twitter, you know how it works, the type of content that thrives there, or what features it has that you can
Mm,
take advantage of to further your creative journey. Because if I have a podcast, I
mm,
know that Twitter has audio, so that
yeah.
means I can release some of my stuff on Twitter as audios.
Mm,
If let's say I want to post on the Meta platforms, then I know that if it's a podcast, I have to do I have to make it like audio visual so that
mm,
I'm able to take advantage of that platform too. So first, you understand the platforms. This helps you to align your creativity to suit the platform because what works on TikTok might not necessarily work elsewhere.
true.
Then the other thing is just keeping uh, your head in the game. You have to
Mm,
know what's trending, what's happening, what changes happened here and there,
mm,
because all that affects the reach, especially if you're going to uh, push your stuff online. So you need
mm,
to know Google changed the algorithm. So what
mm,
changes should I make to my personal website to make sure that I'm still ranking? You understand? You know
yeah.
that this sound is trending on TikTok. Maybe let me put it as part of my content to make sure
Mm,
that I'm reaching more people. So just putting your head in the game. Social media is not all about posting. You don't just post and call it a day. You need to be able to post, follow through, engage people, build a community, create and forge relationships here and
true.
there.
Mm.
That helps you to further grow and become a known brand online.
Do you think numbers matter?
Yes, numbers always matter.
Tell me about that. I'm genuinely asking because I mean, while you're trying to grow your brand, I once attended a workshop. I think about 6 months ago, and one thing I think most of the people that were there agreed with were they weren't getting seen. They're doing like really great stuff. So there are great creatives out there. There's like a lot, but they feel like while they're doing the work on growing the brand, the numbers are not coming through. You get like 5 likes, 10 likes, so do you think numbers actually matter? How do I grow my numbers?
So numbers matter because it's like imagine doing your makeup your very beautiful makeup,
Mm.
and then you go and sleep. Yeah. So that's a video you did, and then it just sleeps because it got one like.
Mm.
So numbers matter because the more numbers you have, if they have been coming organically, of course, not, there are some dark arts that people do to get the numbers, but the numbers help with the reach and then the engagement. The more the people engage with your content, the
Mm.
more the algorithm is going to push it to even more people. So you need these numbers of engaged users to help you further the reach of your content or whatever you're doing online.
Mm.
So, for example, YouTube, if you have many subscribers, if you drop a video, they will get a notification. So that
Mm.
means you're getting views of people that are just checking directly when you have just dropped the video, which helps
Mm.
further the content, especially if the content is good. So
Mm.
numbers are quite helpful, um, because also the other thing is most of the monetization for Ugandan creatives comes from clients and businesses that are looking to market. Yeah, so
Mm.
these guys focus more on what numbers are on your channels.
Okay.
The more
Now,
numbers you have, the more
mm,
willing they are to come and work with you. So if you have no numbers, you're not going to be able to make that money.
now I want to ask something about what you just said. Numbers do matter. How about I mean I've been on Twitter long enough to know that there are people who've grown their accounts the wrong way. Like
Mm,
initially you start off I'll use a very vague example, but it actually counts. You post pictures of yourself as a girl, you post like you get what I'm saying? And
mm.
then over time it grows. Now you have about 10K followers, and then later uh you are telling us about a product. Why? So I don't know. In that case I really don't think numbers actually matter, because in that case the following you've grown over time may not necessarily even be the target audience.
Maybe I didn't speak about this.
Mm,
Numbers matter, but they have to be right.
okay.
You understand? So even
Okay.
if you have 2,000 people who followed you because of tech, I might
Mm,
not work with you because I feel like 2,000 is not a big enough audience. Yeah.
okay.
Continue growing your tech followers to
Mm,
about 20K, for example. Yeah.
okay.
They are all following you because of tech, but let
Mm,
them grow up to like 50K or something. Then
okay.
it makes sense to me. You understand? Because these guys are spending, let's say, marketing budgets, and they also need to be able to see the return on investment. Yeah. So for those people who are growing numbers, you grow your account for different reasons, and then
Mm,
you reach somewhere and then start to swap. That's when you
mm,
see that the engagement is dropping.
mm.
So marketers usually try to find. They don't look at the numbers here, they want to see what engagement you get, for example, when you're pushing a product. If the
Is
numbers are
that
low, yeah.
right?
Yes. I also sit at the agency,
Yeah.
marketing. So
Now,
we look
this is
at
this is would you rather choose someone who has 20K followers? God knows how they grew that account, over someone who has 2,000 followers, but they are actually following them for content, organic content that let's say, take. They've
so
gotten.
what I'm saying is if I look at your 2,000 followers
Mm,
and those 2,000 followers are engaging you,
mm,
and the other one has 20K, but it's
mm,
only 200 that are engaging
mm.
that person, I will go with the 2001. Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
if the other one that has, let's say, 50K,
Mm,
yeah, has 4,000 engaging on
mm,
tech, yeah, they have 50K, but only 4,000 are engaging on tech. They are better
mm,
than you, who has 2,000 all engaging. You
mm.
understand? So that's
Yeah,
where numbers matter.
I get you.
Yeah.
What do you think of the whole concept of creatives coming together to collaborate on a particular project? And
make sure it's a success? How important is that in individual growth as a creative?
So I've been lucky to have collaborated with so many creators.
Mm,
Uh, I've worked with Raymond Kahuma. I've worked with Uncle Mo.
mm,
I've worked with the Jose Chakalas. I've worked with a couple of creatives. And
mm,
for me, first of all, it's the knowledge exchange
mm,
because you're coming together and exchanging these ideas, techniques of how maybe, because for me, I shoot differently, but then the
mm,
other guy maybe shoots differently. So we are able to exchange all those ideas and techniques, experiences. So we are growing together mutually. Yeah. Like, for
mm,
example, that award that I talked to you about,
mm,
we worked with on that video with Uncle Mo. You understand?
mm,
So
mm,
we are all benefiting from this video becoming a success over so
mm,
many other brands in the market that have huge marketing budgets. So then also there's a point of resource sharing. Yeah. Because
yeah.
when we are working together, we are going to share the resources.
Mm,
Yeah. If it's equipment, studio space, like if we are collaborating on a podcast, I come to your studio, we are
mm,
sharing those resources. If it is software, we use the same editing stuff and stuff like that. So this is a way to save,
mm,
if you'd like, and then also getting diverse perspectives because how I
mm,
look at things is not how another creative is going to look at it. So you get perspectives from these other fellow creative guys, and then you're able to do something that is unique and
mm.
innovative because everyone brought in their perspective.
True,
And then
true.
for creators that are just learning,
Mm,
so it can help with a kind of mentorship because if you're
true,
working under someone's wing,
mm,
you're being mentored in a way also.
true.
The other thing is career advancements because you work with this guy, he's going to recommend you for a job that maybe you can do and he doesn't. You work together so you know which of the people that you're working with does. So you're able to be recommending these guys in case you're not going to be able to work. So it's very good to collaborate.
Mm,
It has so many benefits.
interesting. Now I'm curious. Are you affiliated to any agency, or are you freelancing, or you are tied to one company?
So I have a full-time job at
Okay.
Metropolitan Republic, Uganda. It's
Yeah.
an integrated communications agency.
Mm,
That's where we have so many clients that we are working on. But
mm,
then I also have my own company that I run. It does a video. It's called MindSpark. We
mm,
do video and marketing.
mm,
Yeah, but we specialize mostly in content creation, events, and whatever coverage, corporate events, live
mm.
streaming, etc. So yeah.
So while you've been at it, your experience, how have you handled clients? I'm curious because throughout the year, I've been doing a lot of freelance work in regards to comms and content creation, and
Mm,
one of the biggest challenges I've had was the pricing. And for some reason, I feel like I am scared of putting a price to the value that I bring to the table. Like it's such a hard conversation. So usually I end up being pushed around to a figure, and I am either too scared to subject, or so I want to understand while you've been at it. I'm sure throughout your 5 years of doing
mm.
this thing, you've done some freelance work.
Yes.
Okay.
So for me, the price is the price.
Okay.
My price is determined by what I bring to the table and not your budgets. Yeah.
Okay.
So if I tell you that to do, let's say, a video,
Mm.
it is 2 million. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're not going to tell me you have one. Okay, you can tell me, but it's not that I'm going to work for that money.
Mm.
You
Mm.
understand? Because if you want to, if you want to do, maybe you can do your own video at 1 million, I have no problem with that. So for me, I know the value I bring. I know the input
Mm,
because I put in location hunting, props, of course, my intellectual property of like the concept that
mm,
I'm thinking about. Uh, i- it's mine. You
mm,
can't put a price to that. Like this is what I am paying for that. You understand?
mm,
And I've been able to work on a few clients that actually understand the value. And
mm.
then these other ones, I would rather not work if you're not
True.
paying me what I think I am worth. That means it's okay. You don't think I'm worth that. So maybe find someone else.
Hmm. Okay. You are very bold at that. I like that. I could use some of your guts. You mentioned something about intellectual property. Have you had cases where you went for a pitch meeting and idea discussion, and next thing you know, they've executed your idea without you?
Yeah, and it taught me something. There's a client that invited us to pitch,
Mm,
and we came up with all these amazing ideas.
mm,
And then they were they took them for a paint job a bit. You know,
okay.
they are changing like
Mm,
2% of what you shared and
mm,
then trying to own it.
mm,
So it taught me one thing. If it is a small time client, these guys who come and you're asking for help, maybe blah blah blah. I want to do marketing. So what can I do? So some of those I charge for a fee before I say anything.
oh, like consultation?
Yes. So you
Huh.
pay the consultation before I say anything.
Anything, true.
Other because even if we are not going to work together, when we are
Mm,
talking, I'm going to be able to share certain insights that are going to either make you wake up or to start
mm,
seeing things a certain way. And then you're
mm,
going to be able to go and execute them with someone else. So
mm,
I would rather get the consultation fee, whether
mm,
we work or not, and I can settle for that. For the other guys, I think getting a lawyer, it is very important so that you put in some
mm,
NDAs and just guarding your idea is very
mm.
important. So getting a lawyer can solve that.
Cool, cool. Now, I feel like you really established a great brand online. I for the rest of the young creatives that will listen into this, how have you sold yourself online?
Uh, it's it's really about uh, speaking about what you do, yeah,
Mm,
and not just speaking about what you do, being able uh, to show not just the words, but then also your action. Yeah.
mm,
So for me, what I did at first was just getting involved in a conversation that surround content creation, marketing, because that's my strength. So when I see a conversation like that happening, I put in my 2 cents. Yeah.
mm,
So what you're doing is you're creating a network of other marketers, but then also people are seeing what you engage with and what your ideas are on certain topics. So in turn, you're becoming some kind of a thought leader
mm,
in that topic. You're becoming a voice that people can listen to when it comes to that topic. So then also posting kind of there would be like testimonials. Like for example, if I make a very good marketing strategy, yeah,
mm.
and then we execute it goes. I can come back and talk about how
It worked out.
I worked on that project, how it started, stuff like that. So you're
Mm,
associating yourself with the work that you've done. So you're not remaining in the kitchen. You're coming out, and
mm,
people are knowing that you're the guy that was behind this thing that was
mm,
so amazing.
mm.
You understand? So that's you positioning yourself. So in terms of testimonials, and then also just engaging around the topic, sharing
Mm,
factual
mm.
ideas to the people. Yeah, there's nothing
Cool.
wrong with sharing knowledge.
Cool, cool. Throughout your experience, tell me about the challenges that you've experienced with it, and how you've coped. It would be great for the rest of us that are trying to sprout up.
So the challenges, I think these are faced across the industry
Mm,
because digital in Uganda is just still growing.
true.
So while countries like Kenya and Nigeria have tens of millions of users online and I mean on social and then on the web,
Mm,
ours is just a small number and that has its limitations. Yeah.
mm,
Um, so and also that has led to big tech companies ignoring us
mm,
here in Uganda because they might introduce something, but it's only accessible to Kenya, Nigeria, but you don't have it here in Uganda. Um, Maybe because our internet usage is still small. Like Twitter introduced monetization, but you can't
mm,
do that when you're from Uganda. You
mm,
understand?
mm,
You can't do that. So you're missing out on the would-be finances that you'd have gotten, but you can't.
mm,
So the small numbers in Uganda lead to big tech ignoring us, and then
mm,
poor monetization. That means you cannot afford to get equipment. You cannot afford to get a team that you're working with because most of the creatives that we see and admire have like huge teams behind them that
mm,
are working together like clockwork
mm,
to be able to produce these very fresh, high quality content. Some of us find ourselves working alone
mm,
uh, on everything. You are the writer, you are the actor, you get a random person to record your videos. They're not
mm,
so skilled, but that's what you can afford. And then you edit yourself. So it becomes really challenging with low budgets. And because the numbers are so small,
mm,
clients feel like digital does not deliver well. So you see that most of their budgets are put on radio and
mm,
TV and billboards,
mm,
and it's just a small portion of that money comes to digital. So still you're losing out on income.
mm.
Yeah, so that's a huge challenge. But the numbers growing will be able to solve some of these.
Okay. Just to take you back, when we talked about you selling yourself online, I'm curious, are you on Upwork or any of these platforms where young people position themselves for, like, of Upwork, right?
No,
Cool hustle.
no, I'm not on any of those platforms.
So how do you get
How do I get?
your clients?
Clients unfortunately come to me. Somehow they get my number or they tell someone who knows me
Mm.
to call me up. And my
Oh.
DM is always open on all my socials, so they just hit me up and then
Mm,
we work. Because I work in the marketing field, most of the
mm,
clients that I get are in marketing,
mm.
and they know how to get to you. You
True.
understand?
What spreads like wildfire, huh?
Ye- so yeah, and then also I've been able to get through some clients from out of Uganda.
Mm,
They still reach me on my Twitter account. They
mm,
send you a DM and then you exchange numbers and you're able to carry the conversation from there. I've gotten a couple of projects from Nigeria,
mm,
from Ghana, of Kenya. So yeah, like somehow they just reach out to me on my platforms and then
mm,
I engage them. Starting from there, we carry on to emails, exchange contracts, and just work.
mm. Interesting. Now, as we wrap up, I want you to say something to the budding creatives in Uganda looking to establish themselves and thrive online, just like you are. Because I mean, I'm sure you are aware that there are a lot of people that look up to you. I saw Albert the other day posted a screenshot of what feedback you had given him, I think, about his work.
Yeah.
So, so Talk to us, the junior ignited ones, and
I think um, things can happen
mm,
if you believe in what you're doing, and if you're not, you don't keep it stagnant, because digital is always changing, and there are always new things that are happening. You just need to be able to be that creative that moves with the times. You're not
mm,
stuck in the past, you're just thinking ahead. It's better
mm,
to be a few years ahead of your time than
mm,
behind. Yeah. So
mm,
you have to be strategic in your online presence and a bit professional. If, let's say, you are a graphic designer, have your
mm,
portfolios on Behance, maybe have a personal website, have your social media run strategically.
mm.
I don't want to come to your social media and then I find some not so cool things to see. Yeah. And then
Mm.
exploring e-commerce integration into what you do. For
Okay.
example, if you're a graphic, you can list your services and how much they cost. Put in
Mm,
e-commerce things so that people can be adding some of those things to cart. And then
mm,
also thinking mobile first.
mm,
Mobile is big. If you're budding creative, you have to
mm,
think, how will this appear on mobile if someone is seeing this
mm,
on their phone? How
mm,
is it going to look? You understand? If it's a video, how does it look on a video? So you need to be able to think about that and optimize for mobile. And then if you want to thrive, quality of the content has to be key. Quality in terms of the script, but then also quality in terms of how it looks. So you would want to invest in something like a good phone if you can't afford the camera,
mm,
uh, so that I recorded most of my videos with my phone,
mm,
and it worked for me. I got an iPhone. I used to use Android, but because I wanted to get a picture quality
mm,
that looks good, I got an iPhone because I
mm.
couldn't afford the camera. So that the
True.
iPhone was the next best thing. So
Mm,
getting into those visuals, and then also learning a bit of digital marketing. This
mm.
knowledge is free. So if you want to thrive online, you need to know the tactics that work. So just immersing yourself a few hours every week just to learn how digital
Can,
marketing can
can you
help you.
recommend? Can you recommend some platforms or YouTube channels where you've got most of
So
the video?
there is a beginners thing with Google,
Mm,
that digital garage.
mm,
Then there's HubSpot Academy. You
mm,
can do the Twitter Flight School. You can
mm,
do the Facebook Blueprint.
mm,
You can do some courses on Udemy. You can
mm,
do LinkedIn Learning. There are so
mm.
many courses there. That's paid for, but there are very many good courses on there that you can use. And then, if you're serious, then you study actual marketing with the CIM.
Yeah.
The other thing that people need to do
Mm,
is still engagement. Yeah.
mm,
So most people post and then disappear. Yeah.
mm,
Social doesn't work like that. So if you want to thrive online, you need to be able to engage people who talk to you. Yeah. You
mm.
understand? And then the last thing is integrating artificial intelligence, AI,
Oh
into
yeah.
what you're doing, because
Oh yeah.
that really, really helps. Uh, if you're a writer, it can help you proofread what you're writing. It might
Mm,
not be able to generate grand ideas, but it can help you with the thought starters, and then
mm.
also correcting your grammar here and there. It can give you, if you're a graphic designer, it can give you a thought starters for your graphics work. It can help you edit videos for free, add captions and stuff like it. Just integrate AI into what you're doing.
There's a line that's been going around the internet that AI is going to replace creators. Do you think that's true?
AI is not going to replace creators. The creators that use AI are going to replace the creators that don't.
Cool. Cool. That's very strong. That's very
Yes.
strong. So creatives need to get themselves together with AI, get
Get
familiar with
yourself on
yeah.
board. This thing is not going away. Learn
Mm,
it. It is free. Learn it. Be able to integrate it into your work streams. It is going
mm,
to make it faster. It is going to make it easier. You're going to be able to do more things than you
mm,
used to. Uh, AI is it's a model really. It's not going to think of certain things because
mm,
it is not a brain. There's that human touch that is always going to be there. So these creators that are using AI are going to be able to do more work and better work. You understand? So
yeah.
that renders you, the creator that is not using AI, kind of obsolete, and you're going to
Mm,
be replaced. Yeah.
mm. Okay. Any wrap up thoughts before we wrap this up?
Um. So I just maybe want to tell that creator that is starting out
Mm,
is just do your thing. There is going to be a lot of feedback. It's not always going to be good,
mm,
but if you know what you want to achieve out of what you're doing, you have to stay focused. Just think of the bigger picture, not what user XYZ said
mm,
under your stuff that you did.
mm,
Um, it is you're not if 100 people like your stuff and then 15 don't
mm.
focus on the 15.
Yeah.
Focus on the 100 that you made smile, that loved your work and stuff like that. And
Mm,
then know that out of these sometimes bitter comments, there is always feedback that might be hiding in there. Okay, there are
mm,
some people who just hate
mm,
on everything, but
mm.
look out for those that have the feedback, trying to improve every day. Sometimes I look at my first videos and then I wonder why I even did them,
I'm telling
because
you.
because right now I do a whole lot better videos,
Mm,
but there was that first time, so it's you're not going to always get it right, but
sure.
you just have to start and keep moving. You put your ducks in a row as you
Mm,
go along the creativity road.
mm.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, Ivan. We really appreciate you giving us a lot of those. I mean, I am going to be an ardent listener. I'll re-listen to this so that some of these things sink. But we appreciate you making the time, really.
Yeah,
And
thank you for having me.
As a budding creative, really, I think that was such a worthwhile conversation, and I hope while you were listening, you learned a thing or two to help you do better by your creative journey. I just want to add though, I've recently learned of social sites where, as a creative, you can position yourself to get creatives. Because now Ivan mentioned that most of his clients are referrals. Reason I think that's successful for him because he's working in the marketing space, and I mean, word does spread faster. So if you're not privileged enough to have to be around a lot of people who would probably need your services, I'd suggest that you join Upwork, Fiverr, Kuhaso. It's as simple as you joining. You sign up, build a profile, list the number of services that you can offer, and a price. It is a great platform. I'm at the moment. I'm also building my profile on there so that I can get more clients. And these clients usually are outside Uganda or Africa, so it gives you a great space to like actually compete for jobs. So I'm aware that Uganda has a lot of young creatives. We just lack a platform or exposure to be able to showcase our brilliance. I hope those three can help you get started. If you know of any other platforms, please reach out. I would love to share the word on my socials about how we can thrive online. Because just like Ivan mentioned, in Uganda, it's still a space that's sprouting. We aren't like out like the way creators in Nairobi are. So it's still a great space, I would say, for us to sprout. It's still not fully exploited to the best, because even the ones that are around, the ones that stand out are very few, and the things that make them stand out, I think Ivan shared most of that. So while you're at it, I hope you do it the right way. I hope you focus on creating value and growing your rapport and portfolio than chasing mostly the part of the money. Money eventually comes, because when you hear what he shared, he started way earlier. What we're seeing today is a guy who's been doing this for quite some time. So I hope this episode was of value to you, because it was of so much value to me. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.